Addiction is anything it could be a person, it could be a drug, it could be an object, it could be anything in our lives as human beings that consumes our time more than what it should be. So anything that basically just controls us more than our interactions with other humans, or taking care of our bodies, or even just doing something other than that.
Addiction is not being able to go a day without thinking about what you're said addicted to, without being able to live your life without a craving of that object or thing.
I guess it's when you try something and your body won't let you stop, I guess.
Addiction to me is when someone needs something so much that they need it to function.
Hi, I'm Lauren Benziger, and I'm here today with my brother John, and he is in recovery for addiction. Today, we're here to talk about his journey and his process through Spera. So, John, when did this all begin?
It's hard to say when it all began, but I remember when I originally took a drug for the first time, I felt like I had gotten the thing that I've been searching for my entire life. And, I was more confident. And from that point on, it was kind of off to the races. When I realized I needed help, and I remember looking at myself in the mirror and not recognizing who I was anymore. I lost a lot of weight, and I had become physically dependent on drugs. And there was a few certain events that happened in my life. And I was fortunate enough to have my family intervene, and I got the help that I needed.
How do you think that your addiction became something bigger than you expected and it snowballed into something that...
About a year after I graduated from high school, I had noticed that my addiction had gotten very, very bad. All my best friends were getting ready to go to college, or they already were in college, and I was stuck at home living with my parents still. And I got involved with a group of friends who used drugs, and they drank, and every day. And I realized that my addiction had gotten so bad that even those friends I was surrounding myself with didn't want to hang out with me, because I was too hardcore for them. I was, wanting to use drugs all day, every day, from the minute I woke up to the minute I went to bed. And that's really when I noticed that I was different than everybody else, and I needed to get help.
So, who helped you in that process?
There's a couple different things that happened, resulting in me seeking treatment. I never thought that I would, be a drug addict. I wasn't in high school thinking that I eventually want to be a drug addict when I get older, but my family had intervened after, a lot of things had happened. My life had spiraled out of control, and I had no control over it. So, I would say my family helped the most in getting me the treatment that I needed.
So, next you went to Spera. Your first step was going to Spera. And when you first walked in there, how did you feel and what did you think?
When I walked into Spera, I was scared, because I knew what treatment meant. I knew that I was going to have to stop using drugs like I was using drugs, and I was scared. But the people there and the program that they have set up gave me the tools to go on and have a happy life without the use of drugs and alcohol.
So what exactly did Spera give to you?
Spera gave me hope. They gave me the tools to go on to Dawn Farm, where I seeked long-term treatment and stuff like that. And they introduced me to, 12-step programs like Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, that I rely on and have given me the life that I can have today.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day.
With my brother opening my eyes to addiction, it had a greater impact on me as I grew older. This happened to my brother, and it can happen to anyone. Once he worked his way into recovery, Spera was his step into having a healthy future. Once he walked into Spera and he received a bag full of already opened soap and a toothbrush and toothpaste. He received a bag that gave him hope. And at that point in his life, he was homeless with only the clothes on his back and a backpack. I was hoping that with the help of Clarkson High School to donate to Spera Recovery Center. To inform you on what Spera is a non-profit organization that provides a safe, recovery-based place for alcoholics and drug addicts who want to safely withdraw from drugs and alcohol. During their stay at Spera, they receive connections to a sponsor, to the 12-step program, and many meetings to attend. I really hope you guys can donate, and thank you.